Okay, so we're going to learn how to solve an ax squared plus bx quadratic equation. So in this equation right here, g is the greatest common factor between a and b. So the equation goes gx in parentheses times a over g x plus b over g. And that's just dividing a and the b coefficients by the greatest common factor. And one solution, which is nice about these, will always be 0, no matter what. So for our first example, we have 5x squared equals 15x. So like any quadratic, we need to get it equal to 0. So we'll minus 15x from each side. So minus 15x, and it will equal 5x squared minus 15x is equal to 0. So then we just use that formula again, right here. So gx, the greatest common factor between 5 and 15, which is 3. So 3x in parentheses, or 5x, my bad, 5. So 5x, and in parentheses, so a over g, 5 over 5 equals 1x. b over g, so 15 over 5, so minus 3. To find the solutions, like I said, we have to set each of these individual parts right here, and then right here inside the parentheses equal to 0, like they're their own separate equations. So we'll do 5x equals 0. So this is where I was coming about, where one of the solutions will always equal 0, because 5 times 0 equals 0 no matter what. So 0 equals 0. This one's a little different, so we'll do 1x minus 3 is equal to 0. So we can subtract 3 from both sides, so 1x equals negative 3, and so x equals negative 3. So x equals 3, and to prove this, we will plug it into this top equation right here. We'll do 5 times x squared, so this is going to be 3, my bad, 3, minus 15, and then times 3. So 3 squared will be 9. So 5 in parentheses 9 minus 45. And then what do you know? 5 times 9 equals 45. So 45 minus 45 does in fact equal 0. And we'll do the same thing, but with the 0. So 0, so 5 times 0x squared, or not 0x, gosh, okay, minus 15 times 0 is equal to 0. So 15 times 0, 0. 0 squared is 0 times 5, which is 0. So 0 minus 0 equals 0. Okay, moving on. So our second problem is 2x squared minus 6x is equal to negative 4x. So we do the same thing. We have to set it to equal, so we add 4x to each side. And that will give us 2x squared minus 2x is equal to 0. So the greatest common factor between 2 and 2 is obviously 2. So we'll have 2x, and then 2 over 2, so x, and then minus 2 over 2, 1. So again, you set it to 0, so 2x equals 0. Again, always going to be 0, so x equals 0 for one of them. And then x minus 1, set that equal to 0. Add 1 to each side. X equals 1. That equals 1. So x equals 1. And again, you just set them equal, or plug it in back into the equation. Set it equal to 0. So 2, 0 squared. So that's going to equal 0 right there. Minus 6 times 0. Minus 0 is equal to 0. Again, 0 minus 0 equals 0. Now we'll plug it in again. X squared, or 1 squared, times, in parentheses, 2, minus 2 times 1 is equal to 0. Plug that in, 1 squared equals 1, 2 times 1 equals 2, minus 2 times 1, which equals 2, and that equals 0.